My research has been on information architecture and actually the relationship between architecture and information architecture. I'm going to do a plug for my book, which is really the reason I'm here. I started my research on this, I guess, about 5 years ago. I'm sorry that the slides seem to get cut off on the right-hand side. I don't think it's going to cause us too many problems as we go on. But the question reads, where is the architecture in information architecture? And this led me to do a PhD, and it led me to write the book that you see there, looking at this relationship between the design of virtual systems and structuring information in the design of physical systems, which is also a way of structuring information. I should say that the presentation that I'm going to give is also very well related to Andrea's presentation this morning, and in fact I've even altered it slightly to have some consilience there. I'm going to talk about some of the same things, I think, but I'm going to talk about them in a slightly different way, but I think with some of the same themes. When I qualified as at least with my first degree in architecture in 2000, it was a time, I think, of real uncertainty for us who were graduating at that point. A lot of the services and structures that we considered to be present and part of the built environment were no longer being present and part of the built environment. And I remember very vividly having a conversation with one of my colleagues to say that, you know, we're just in the wrong profession now. There's a different kind of profession emerging, a different profession that's not really connected with the bricks and mortar world that we're really trained for. And that worried me, and that led me to look for a different path, a different kind of education. And at that stage, I didn't know that information architecture existed. I had no idea that the profession of information architecture existed. I just knew that there was a need to do that. And partly it was driven by, I think, the kind of pervasive sense that there was a new kind of space opening. And Andrea talked about this morning, this idea of cyberspace. But there was something kind of architectural about it. But what frustrated me is that where these visions of cyberspace occurred, that they were architectural in the form, in the sense that there are lots of imaginings, particularly in science fiction, of these impossible virtual worlds that we would eventually inhabit. But to me, they all looked rather like cities. And so this is a still from Johnny Mnemonic. Terrible film, but it's interesting. Actually, and these are models as well. This isn't even a computer model. And of course, a lot of these ideas came from the work of William Gibson. Again, I apologise for the right-hand side of the slide there. William Gibson, who first coined the term cyberspace